Something extraordinary is approaching this Saturday, energy unlike any other, quietly aligning with those who are awakening. This is not coincidence. The universe signals in subtle ways, and for the chosen ones, this day carries a rare opportunity for transformation. I am Shi Heng Yi, and today I will guide you through warnings and wisdom that could change the course of your inner journey. This video is a map for those attuned to discipline, presence, and self-mastery. Ancient Shaolin teachings show that every action, thought, and emotion ripples outward, shaping not only your reality but the energy around you. Saturday's vibrations are potent, and navigating them without awareness can lead to missed opportunities, hidden pitfalls, and subtle disturbances in your spiritual flow. You will learn 7 critical actions to avoid, drawn from principles of Shaolin philosophy, mindfulness practices, and personal mastery. These are not common tips you hear every day. They are lessons rooted in centuries of disciplined observation, designed to protect your energy and sharpen your awareness. From guarding your mind against impulsive reactions, to listening deeply to inner signals, each point carries the weight of ancient wisdom. By the end of this video, you will understand how to honor this day, conserve your energy, and align fully with the flow of awakening within you. Staying mindful of these principles can turn what seems like a normal Saturday into a pivotal moment of spiritual clarity and growth. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, where we explore the depths of ancient wisdom and the power of disciplined living. Subscribe now and step into the path of mastery with us. Your journey toward presence, insight, and transformation begins here. Every moment carries a choice, and most of life's disturbances arise from the choices made too quickly. Today, I speak of a silent danger that visits everyone, yet few recognize the impulse to react before the mind has settled. Shaolin wisdom teaches that mastery begins within. Before the body can move with precision, the mind must move with clarity. When you react without awareness, energy escapes like water through a cracked vessel. Words are spoken that cannot be taken back. Actions unfold that ripple into unintended consequences. Chaos grows not from the world itself, but from the hurried movements of a mind untamed. Even a small moment of impatience can disturb the subtle balance within, leaving fatigue, regret, and restlessness in its wake. The masters say the pause is sacred, a breath drawn slowly, a heartbeat observed, a thought acknowledged without judgment. This is the seat of conscious response. In the stillness between stimulus and action, the mind sharpens and energy aligns. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You become the center around which your world moves. Practice this discipline daily. When anger arises, notice it. When fear whispers, sit with it. Before words leave your lips or actions spring forward, allow the mind to witness, to measure, to guide. In that brief pause, power is reclaimed. A simple moment of awareness transforms potential chaos into precision, uncertainty into clarity. The body will follow what the mind has learned. A calm hand, a steady voice, a deliberate step, all originate in this silent mastery. Energy that would scatter instead strengthens the heart, fortifies focus, and deepens presence. The path of the chosen one is paved with these small victories, repeated again and again until reaction becomes wisdom and impulsive motion gives way to mastery. The body is the first temple of the spirit, yet so often it is overlooked. Every thought, every intention flows through its vessel. Shaolin masters understood that physical discipline is inseparable from spiritual growth. Strength of mind begins with strength of body, and weakness in one reflects imbalance in the other. Neglect seeps in quietly, skipping rest, ignoring nourishment, moving without awareness. Each act may seem small, but over time energy falters, focus wavers, and subtle tensions build in both body and mind. The temple becomes cluttered, and the spirit struggles to move freely. True mastery does not separate the physical from the spiritual. Walking, stretching, mindful breathing, these simple acts are not mere routines. They are prayers of alignment. They awaken circulation, focus thought, and center energy. Imagine the rhythm of breath flowing in harmony with motion. A mindful stretch elongates not only the muscles but the mind's capacity to remain present. Each step in a quiet walk becomes a meditation, grounding awareness while opening the senses to the world and the self. Even brief moments of attentive care, sipping water slowly, feeling the body rise and fall with each breath, restore energy and strengthen resilience. The ancients observed that the body mirrors the mind's discipline. A restless body reflects a restless spirit, and a neglected body invites distraction and fatigue. Through attentive care, the physical becomes a bridge to the inner self, a channel for energy to circulate freely and purposefully. Mastery is not found in ignoring limits or pushing beyond wisdom, but in honoring the vessel that carries consciousness. When movement, rest, and nourishment are balanced, the mind sharpens, perception deepens, and the path of self-mastery becomes clear and steady. Every word spoken carries weight beyond the ear that hears it. It touches energy, shifts vibration, and shapes the world in ways often unseen. Shaolin wisdom teaches that speech is a tool of mastery, and careless words are like sparks in dry grass. They ignite unrest, both within and around us. Gossip and negative talk appear harmless at first, a passing comment or quiet complaint. Yet each utterance leaves a trace, stirring tension in others and feeding discord in the speaker's own mind. Energy leaks, focus diminishes, and subtle chaos grows. The mind becomes restless and the heart heavy, clouded by vibrations it has chosen to propagate. Silence is not emptiness, it is presence. Careful speech is not restriction, it is refinement. To speak with awareness is to wield influence intentionally, to shape relationships and circumstances with clarity rather than impulse. Shaolin monks spend years training the body, yet equal devotion is given to cultivating mindful speech. Words become extensions of disciplined thought, reflections of inner calm and integrity. Even small pauses before speaking transform energy. Breathing, observing, and considering, these create a space where clarity emerges. The mind learns to filter unnecessary agitation, the heart preserves balance, and the spirit remains unclouded. Over time, this practice strengthens perception, sharpens intuition, and aligns action with purpose. Negative speech is a habit of distraction, pulling attention outward, scattering energy. Choosing silence or measured words draws energy inward, fostering harmony and focus. In this practice, mastery is not merely external, it is internal, a quiet power that radiates outward. Words, like arrows, leave traces. Let each one carry intention, truth, and alignment, and the mind, body, and spirit move together as a single, unshakable force. The mind has a way of racing ahead, chasing shadows of what may come. Each what-if pulls attention from the present, scattering energy and blurring perception. Shaolin wisdom teaches that true mastery begins in the now, where life unfolds and the path becomes visible. To dwell endlessly on the future is to wander in illusion, carrying burdens that do not yet exist. Overthinking is subtle. It disguises itself as preparation, caution, or care. Yet it quietly drains vitality, frays focus, and clouds judgment. The spirit becomes entangled in projections, while the body reacts to imagined threats instead of responding to reality. In this restless state, opportunities pass unnoticed, clarity diminishes, and the energy of the moment slips away. Grounding is the remedy. Attention returned to breath, posture, or the rhythm of a simple task anchors the mind. Observe the rise and fall of each inhale, the weight of the feet against the earth, the pulse of life in every heartbeat. These are not trivial acts, they are reminders that reality exists only in the present. Awareness anchored in what is tangible restores energy and sharpens intuition, allowing action to flow with precision and purpose. Shaolin masters train not just the body but the mind to inhabit the now fully, a step, a strike, a stance, each perfected only when the mind is calm and centered. Life's currents are clearer, decisions wiser, and spirit lighter when attention is held in the immediate moment. Overthinking the future is a veil over the clarity that already exists. By releasing imagined scenarios, energy returns, focus deepens, and consciousness aligns with the natural rhythm of life. The present is a sacred arena where mastery is exercised, where thought, body, and spirit converge, and where every deliberate act shapes not only today but the unfolding of tomorrow. Life does not offer its lessons gently. Challenges arrive unannounced, testing resolve, patience, and presence. Shaolin philosophy teaches that obstacles are not punishments but sacred invitations, opportunities to refine the mind, strengthen the spirit, and deepen awareness. To resist them is to resist growth itself, to turn away from the forge that shapes mastery. Hardship often feels heavy, like a weight pressing against every effort, yet within that weight lies hidden wisdom. Every difficulty exposes impatience, ego, or untrained habits. Every moment of tension is a mirror reflecting where discipline has yet to root. The masters understood this. The true test is not the obstacle itself, but the response to it. A calm mind, steady breath, and deliberate action transform hardship into a teacher, not a tyrant. Approaching challenges with openness requires practice. Begin by observing the mind's instinct to push away, to complain, or to escape. Breathe through the resistance, meet the difficulty with presence rather than avoidance. Each step taken with awareness strengthens resilience, cultivates patience, and aligns thought with purpose. The Shaolin path emphasizes that mastery is forged in movement through adversity, not avoidance of it. Like iron tempered in fire, the spirit becomes stronger when tested, disciplined when pressed, and clearer when confronted with uncertainty. Challenges reveal hidden reserves of energy, focus, and insight that remain dormant in comfort. Seeing obstacles as opportunities reshapes perception. What once appeared as burden becomes a tool. What seemed like interruption becomes guidance. Each trial, embraced with mindful awareness, cultivates the inner strength that ordinary circumstances cannot offer. Resistance dissolves, and in its place rises clarity, composure, and the quiet power of one who walks steadily through life, untouched by fear, anchored in mastery. Emotions are not weaknesses to hide, nor burdens to escape. They are currents of energy flowing through the body and mind, carrying messages from the deeper self. Shaolin teachings recognize that denying these currents creates blockages, disturbs harmony, and dims clarity. To suppress emotion is to turn away from part of life itself, leaving the spirit restless and the mind clouded. When anger, sadness, or fear arises, observe it as a visitor, not an intruder. Feel its texture, notice its intensity, and allow it to move through awareness. Energy unacknowledged twists inward, manifesting as tension, fatigue, or distraction. Yet when met with mindful attention, even the most turbulent emotion becomes a teacher, an insight into patterns, attachments, or unhealed spaces within. Simple practices cultivate this mindful engagement. Journaling, for example, transforms raw energy into understanding. Writing without judgment gives shape to what is felt. Releasing it from the grip of unconscious reaction, reflection, even for a few minutes, allows insight to settle and clarity to emerge. The act of noticing, naming, and releasing becomes a form of inner alchemy, turning emotional energy into wisdom and focus. The masters speak of balance, not the absence of feeling, but the harmony of feeling with awareness. Discipline does not mean hardness, it means the capacity to encounter each emotional wave without being swept away. The mind becomes a calm lake, reflecting each ripple without distortion, while energy flows freely, nourishes intention, and strengthens presence. Through acknowledgement and mindful expression, emotions are no longer obstacles. They are allies, guiding toward understanding, resilience, and mastery. The energy they carry, once embraced, empowers rather than depletes, revealing the subtle strength that arises when spirit and mind move together in harmony. Stillness is a doorway, subtle yet powerful. In the quiet moments between thoughts, the mind finds clarity, the body finds ease, and the spirit finds alignment. Shaolin monks understood that meditation is not escape, it is the foundation of mastery. Hours are spent in disciplined practice, not to withdraw from the world, but to engage with it fully, with precision, presence, and calm. Daily practice anchors awareness. Without it, the mind drifts, pulled by distractions, impulses, and scattered energy. Meditation trains attention like a sharpened blade, cutting through confusion and revealing the underlying rhythm of life. Even a brief session of mindful breathing tomorrow, 10 deliberate minutes, can reset the mind, settle emotions, and attune perception. Small acts, repeated consistently, cultivate resilience, focus, and intuition. Centering oneself is not only about stillness of the body, but about harmony within. Each inhale, each exhale becomes a bridge connecting thought and feeling, action and intention. When attention rests in the present, subtle signals arise, nudges of insight, clarity in decision, calm in chaos. Energy that would otherwise scatter gathers, flows, and strengthens every movement of body, mind, and spirit. The ancients observed that mastery begins internally. Strength of body follows strength of mind. Wisdom arises from disciplined presence. Meditation is the lens that brings this into focus, the anchor that holds the self steady when life's currents pull unpredictably. Neglecting this practice leaves subtle gaps, moments of restlessness, impatience, or distraction, but when honored, it transforms even ordinary days into opportunities for insight. The mind sharpens, the heart steadies, and intuition deepens. In this simple yet profound practice, mastery is cultivated quietly, steadily, and powerfully, shaping not only who we are, but how we navigate every moment that follows. Consciousness is shaped as much by the world around us as by the mind within. Shaolin philosophy teaches that energy flows where attention is given, and surroundings, people, words, and environments carry subtle currents that influence thought, emotion, and action. Just as a river gathers clarity when fed by pure streams, the mind remains steady when immersed in harmonious energy. Toxic influences often arrive disguised as familiarity or comfort. A harsh word, a constant stream of negativity, or an environment that breeds distraction may seem harmless at first. Yet over time they erode focus, disturb balance, and cloud judgment. Energy, once scattered, becomes stagnant. Wisdom grows dim, and discipline falters. The path of mastery demands vigilance, not only of thought and action, but of what is absorbed from the world outside. Choosing the right energy is an act of conscious cultivation. Seek the presence of those who uplift, inspire, and embody calm strength. Engage with media, teachings, and practices that nurture insight, resilience, and inner peace. Even subtle shifts, walking in nature, reading thoughtful texts, or quieting the mind, reshape the internal landscape, fortifying clarity and composure. Shaolin masters trained not only the body and mind, but also the senses, learning to discern what supports growth and what drains energy. Every encounter, every environment carries lessons, but not all lessons are meant to be held. To protect the mind's focus is to respect the spirit's capacity. In this practice, mastery becomes both shield and tool. Energy is preserved for growth, attention remains sharp, and awareness deepens. Choosing harmony over discord is not avoidance. It is deliberate cultivation of conditions that allow strength, insight, and presence to flourish. In shaping surroundings, the inner self is shaped as well, creating a life attuned to balance, clarity, and enduring wisdom. The quiet voice within often speaks softly, yet it carries guidance stronger than any external command. Shaolin teachings emphasize the importance of listening, not just to words or actions around us, but to the subtle signals of the body, the heart, and the mind. Intuition is a compass, cultivated through presence, discipline, and stillness. Ignoring it is to turn away from the very guidance that aligns us with our highest path. During spiritual awakening, this inner guidance grows sharper. Nudges arise in fleeting thoughts, subtle sensations, or gentle urges to pause, act, or reflect. They are rarely loud, but they are precise. Dismissing them as coincidence or doubt is a common trap, one that scatters energy and allows distractions to dictate choice. Attention trained in calm awareness recognizes these whispers as messages, often pointing toward actions that serve growth, clarity, and alignment. Shaolin masters practice not only physical skill but refined awareness. Every movement, every breath, every posture was informed by the body's subtle signals and the mind's quiet counsel. Training the senses to notice these messages strengthens intuition over time, creating a harmony between thought, perception, and action. This is not mystical, it is disciplined observation of the self, a conversation between conscious attention and deeper knowing. To honor intuition, slow down and listen, pause before decisions, observe the small urges, the instinctive inclinations, the silent guidance that appears when the mind is still. Even brief acknowledgement cultivates trust in the inner voice, transforming hesitation into confidence. Intuition is a bridge between awareness and mastery. Each time it is honored, energy is preserved, decisions are clearer, and alignment deepens. Life becomes less reactive and more attuned to subtle currents of purpose. Through this practice, the mind sharpens, the spirit steadies, and the path forward reveals itself with quiet certainty, showing that the answers we seek have always existed within. Energy is precious, yet it flows through every thought, word, and action, often scattered without awareness. Shaolin philosophy teaches that mastery arises not only from discipline in movement and mind, but from discerning where to place one's energy. Each choice carries weight. Even small distractions accumulate, diluting focus and clouding clarity. Trivial matters, endless debates, idle scrolling, unnecessary complaints may feel harmless, yet they fragment attention. Energy once dispersed is difficult to reclaim, and the mind becomes restless energy blocking insight, calm, and purpose. The masters observed that life is shaped not by busyness alone, but by deliberate focus on what matters most. Saturday carries a unique rhythm, a current that amplifies action. What is sown in presence and attention flows outward with multiplied effect by prioritizing tasks, thoughts, and conversations that align with growth, purpose, or service. Energy becomes concentrated, results magnified, and inner strength reinforced. Even small deliberate actions, spoken words of kindness, a mindful task completed, a moment of reflection are imbued with power when approached with awareness. The key lies in discernment. Ask which actions build clarity, which thoughts cultivate understanding, and which words serve harmony. Everything else, though tempting, is distraction, quietly draining vitality and blurring intention. Shaolin masters train not only the body but the mind's focus, learning to conserve energy for what truly matters, allowing presence to deepen and mastery to emerge. By avoiding trivial energy expenditure, the mind becomes sharp, the spirit aligned, and the heart steady. Life is experienced with intention, each moment charged with purpose. Energy moves where focus rests, and when placed wisely, it transforms ordinary moments into profound steps along the path of mastery, awakening, and disciplined living. Saturday holds a rare opportunity for growth, clarity, and alignment. By remaining mindful and avoiding these 10 pitfalls, energy is preserved, focus is sharpened, and mastery of mind, body, and spirit deepens. Shaolin wisdom teaches that every choice, every moment of presence, and every act of discipline transforms the ordinary into the sacred. Take these lessons into your day tomorrow. Notice the subtle signals within. Honor your body, speak with care, and act with intention. Let each breath, each step, each thought be guided by awareness, turning challenges into teachers and energy into strength. Through these small, deliberate actions, the path of awakening unfolds steadily, quietly, yet profoundly. May your Saturday become a reflection of inner balance, clarity, and harmony. Step forward with calm focus, letting each action honor the awakening already within you. If this message resonates, join our journey, like this video, and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire, where the practice of presence, wisdom, and discipline continues every day.